What's up, everyone, and welcome to a reaction video, something that I've never actually done on the channel before, but I really wanted to do for a game called Marvel Rivals. Now, a few warnings in advance. I did make this after watching the trailer one time. After watching a few more times, there are some things I got wrong. That happens. That's, I wanted to get as close to instant reactions as possible for you. Two, I call this game an FPS like 7 different times. It's not an FPS. It's a third-person shooter, so it'd be a TPS, technically speaking, but it is a 6v6, very Overwatch-esque game, but with Marvel characters. It looks super cool. I'm super interested in it. I'm really hoping that I can get my hands on it as soon as possible. So we're going to start by letting you watch the full trailer without me interrupting, and then we'll talk about the things that are interesting to me. So like always, if you guys enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube-y things, and have a great day. Let's get into it.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. Pick your hero. Get ready. Go!
By the Vishanti, Strange is here. I'm altering arrows. Smash it.
It's nano time. I hope Friday got that on video.
I'm opening a portal.
Don't mess with the amazing SpiderMan!
Be strong together.
Join together. Drown them.
I'm everywhere. Your powers are mine!
Tremble before fast.
I got you! Behold, Dark Child!
Hey, mind if I join you, pal? Maximum pulse!
It's Spider time!
By the eye of Agamotto.
I am ready to put on a show! Charge!
For Wakanda.
Spider swing!
You're the winner! Next team!
So I paused it here because I want to talk about the art style real quick. Not only do these still pictures look amazing in terms of art, they put a bunch of effort into them, things like that, but even in game, it looks visually pleasing and beautiful and almost like Overwatch-esque, but not too much. It has its own distinct styles and things, and that's really important and I think really awesome. Now, granted, I play everything on PC, and so if we play competitively, it's gonna all go down to low settings and look terrible so I can have high FPS. But that's normal. Also, speaking of PC, as of right now, the only releases that they have are for Steam and Epic Games, and that's just for the closed alpha. They don't have actual release dates yet, but closed alpha starts May. So if you're interested in that, you could go sign up. But let's go back through. I have some specific points in the trailer that I want to talk about in a little more depth. I want to have a few more conversations about some things, but this is a good overall view of all the characters that seem to be on release. We're going to talk about them all individually a little bit more. All right, so this is the first like full still team shot that we get in the entire trailer. And I just want to go through who the characters are and kind of what class I think they all play. And I'm not entirely sure about all of them, to be fair. So Rocket Raccoon, I'm pretty sure is going to end up being a damage character. So they did say that the entire set of Marvel Rivals is going to have the same 3 classes that we're used to from Overwatch. Support, DPS, and tank, or damage, whatever you want to say, but those 3 main roles. So Rocket looks like a DPS character. Also, Rocket has bright red eyes and looks mischievous and like he wants to tear some things up, which is super interesting. Groot is definitely a tank. Presumably, Groot could also be a support, and maybe there's like some split things like that, but I think Groot's a tank. So this character we're going to actually talk about later. I don't know a whole bunch about her, but I'm pretty sure support. Then we have Namor, which is looking, when I looked at stuff, to be like an assault character. We have Magic, which I am interested to see if Magic is a DPS, like melee range character, or a tank that's melee range. It'd be interesting to see if there's actual just DPS that is melee range. And then we have Loki, I'm going to talk about Loki a whole lot more in depth in a little bit because Loki seems super cool. But I just wanted to go through this. I want to talk about, everyone we see in all of these stills so that we know who the characters are, and then we'll talk about some of the gameplay stuff afterwards. So then following that same trend, here's the next still we have. Obviously, Doctor Strange opens this portal, and it seems that Doctor Strange's either ability or alt, I wasn't able to tell, is to open a portal that teleports you to a place. So kind of like Symmetra's ability, but it seems to be able to teleport you long distances because when we see it being used, it opens a portal into like a building, which you're not, like, you don't have line of sight of. And then we watch Spider-Man just alt, which we'll talk about alts in a little bit too. If it's an alt, super cool. If it's an ability, even cooler. But we obviously have Spider-Man. We have Penny Parker, which is a different version of Spider-Man, which means we can get different versions of characters, which would be super cool. Because then we have Iron Man. But if we get Penny Parker, then we can probably get a bunch of things like War Machine. We can get Ironheart, all of those things. Then that's Bruce Banner, who also turns into Hulk. Bruce Banner seems to have something that can shoot a laser out of it. So are we going to have a tank character that also has just a DPS-esque long-range attack? That'd be super cool. And then we have Black Panther, who, again, when we talk about Loki, we're going to talk about in more detail, but Black Panther looks like a very cool assassin. I'm going to be honest, I kind of struggle to know who the tanks are going to be right now. Now, I think that's because, one, we don't see a bunch of gameplay, so we don't get to see health bars. Two, I'm just basing it off of abilities, and maybe everyone has really cool abilities. It'd be really awesome if the tanks in this game feel like you're still playing a fun character and you still get to do fun things, because that will result in more people actually wanting to play the tank role. Whereas in most of these types of games, everyone plays DPS, and obviously it's because you get to deal a bunch of damage, you get to do all the fun things, and the tanks and the supports are just there to back you up. So let's look at another set of characters so we can try to get the understanding of what the entire lineup's gonna be. So this is way later in the trailer, right? This is about at the end, but these seem to be the other characters that are going to release with the game. So we have Storm, who looks super, just like, again, visually, all this stuff looks amazing. Then we have Magneto, I believe, based on the helmet. Probably a tank character, I'd assume. I think one of the things that we might be able to use as a visual cue is the tanks are going to be a little more bulky, things like that. I think it's helpful. Then Star-Lord, who I'm hoping Star-Lord is basically the Soldier 76 of this game. I'm hoping Star-Lord is the point and click, hold down the buttons, see what happens. It'll be fun. Mantis, assumably a support character. I'd be surprised if she wasn't. Punisher, which I'm going to guess is a tank, but then again has a pew pew thing, so maybe you just get up close and personal with that and you just have a lot of health. I don't know, I'm very intrigued. And then Scarlet Witch, and if Scarlet Witch isn't a DPS, I will riot, basically. But so that's all the characters that are in the game. So we have a bunch of different characters from a bunch of different comics, which is really nice to know, because that means that Rivals has gotten access to a large amount of Marvel's character base, which means we could get a bunch of really cool characters, and I'm actually super intrigued to see what characters we can get. So now that we've talked about the whole like character pool, all of that, let's talk about some gameplay mechanics, some things like that, and go from there. So I'm going to start this clip a little bit early, but we're just going to rewatch the clip real quick so I can refresh you on what's going on. But as you can see, we have Black Panther, Penny Parker, Iron Man, Bruce Banner, Doctor Strange here. So this is 5. They did say that this is a 6v6. So there's one more character somewhere that we don't see. But if we use this as like an understanding, Doctor Strange, I'm pretty sure, is a support. Iron Man seems to be DPS. Penny Parker seems to be DPS. So it's Black Panther and Bruce Banner as your tanks, maybe? Again, I'm just speculating. I don't actually know what's going on. But you can see abilities down here. So it seems to be a levitate. We'll see later that Doctor Strange can put up like the barrier. So that's going to be his left click. And then a few other things. A lot of the abilities we don't get a complete understanding of right now. But just look at Asgard right now. Isn't Asgard so nice?
It's nano time.
Okay, so right there. Two things. One, we watch Bruce Banner turn into Hulk and get a bunch of health, which to me says that that's going to be a tank character in the game. I could be wrong. Maybe these are all DPS and we haven't seen a single tank yet. It happens. Number two, just think about being in-game with a big statue from Asgard and you get to pop your Iron Man ult and just burn it all down and then laser Rocket Raccoon, who looks so cute, even though he's so angry. But the big thing, and I'm going to try to go back to it, is this right here. So there's team up moves that seem to involve an ultimate or two. And I'm really interested to see if it's only specific characters because that leads to specific team comps, which can make the game easier or harder, more fun, less fun, depending on what you're thinking. Truthfully, I'm a competitive video game player. It'll make it super fun to be like, hey, we're going to have this team up and this team up and this team up. And then everybody just works together like that. But the other thing is, if every character teams up with somebody else, if they did that, then just the amount of awesome things we could have would be insane. So my assumption here is what happens is Hulk teams up with Iron Man, giving Iron Man like super strength, basically gamma radiation. That's why he turns green. And that's why Iron Man can just laser this entire building down. Also, real-time destruction in a 6v6 FPS game. Also, third person. Like, all of these things are so interesting and fun to me that I really can't wait to get my hands on the game. I really can't wait to get to sit down, play the game, see what it feels like. And I have no way to do that right now, but it'll be so nice. As soon as I can get my hands on this game, I want to. I want to play it. I want to know what happens. I want to know how it works because I'm so excited. Also, if you can see, it's Luna Snow. That's the character I didn't know. I gonna be honest, that's the only Marvel character in this entire thing that I don't know that much about. So that means that they're also gonna bring in obscure Marvel characters, and I just don't know enough about Marvel, but I know a good amount. Which will also be super cool. And I think would be really fun. Team up moves look super cool. I'm really interested in them. I really can't wait to get a better understanding of how they work and what you can and can't do, right? Maybe you can do everything. Because there's another team up move that we saw that was Rocket on top of Groot. Can I like put Iron Man on top of Groot and just be shooting things out of my hands? Like, all of these options just seem so interesting and so amazing. So we don't get to see again if Doctor Strange's portal is a portal that is his ultimate or if it's just an ability. But the SpiderMan ultimate, this looks super impactful, super awesome, super fun, and I guarantee people are going to use it. It also looks like he gets an extra shield on top. Plus he stuns everyone and or he just murks them like he did Rocket. Like, that's super cool. We also get to see that there is a kill feed and it's in like the general right side of the screen. But the other thing I want you to notice as I like finish playing this is watch the background once this ult's done.
SpiderMan!
So there's just gonna be cool, fun adjustment changes in the maps. I can't wait to just go into a custom game by myself, right? Not even playing the game competitively, and just look at what the map does, how the maps change, the amount of time and effort that a map making team has put in to all of this while also allowing you to just destroy an entire pillar is super, super cool. Also, Spider-Man looks super fun, and I guarantee it's a DPS that everybody's going to want to play. Sadly, I'll probably end up being a tank or support main because that's the roles I normally fall into. But Spider-Man looks super cool. And then we can see a few more other ultimates again just because they're super cool and super fun and really, really interesting.
Your powers are mine!
Tremble before fast!
I got you!
Behold, Darkchild!
Magic just turns into a demon, which makes sense for Magic's character. Like, the ultimates make sense for the characters. Also, there's a timer on it. But also, Spider-Man looks like they have more health than, I believe that's Black Panther, but I can't really tell based on health bars. I don't know what the max health is. If the max health is in this, like, 300 range, then the Groot we saw is either in an ult, which could be possible, or Groot just has a massive amount of health. Which, it could happen. But yeah, Magic looks super, super cool, and I really hope that she's a tank and a melee tank, because then I can play Magic and I can do things like this. So we were talking about ultimates, right? So I am putting the flag down right now that Loki's going to be the character that people want to play the most. Because Loki's ult lets him transform into a different character and seemingly use their ult in their abilities. Along with Loki has a teleport, and every FPS player loves a teleport. So go Loki, teleport. Side note, Black Panther, there's a Groot behind you. Look at Groot's health bar, by the way. There's no way he's in an ult. So that's just Groot's health. Panther, there's a Groot behind you. Should probably turn and deal with that. And then maybe Loki can't just hit Q on you. But seemingly he did anyways. And then he just gets to do this.
Powers of mine!
Side note, Black Panther also looks super sick. Yes, I've said every character looks cool. It's because every character looks cool, and the art looks cool, and the game just looks freaking awesome. And the fact that we can't even play it yet it's aggravating. Aggravating in a good way, but I'm aggravated because I just want to play Marvel Rivals. And I'm not just like making this up for a video. I am so ready to get my hands on another FPS that's like Overwatch, but it's better than Overwatch 2, which was just trash, just because it looks so much fun. And there's melee characters in an FPS, which seems super cool and interesting, and I want to be able to see what it's like. I wanted to end this video just by, saying maybe Marvel Rivals team make Lady Galactus a playable character that's a tank, maybe? Galactus is my favorite Marvel villain. Lady Galactus just looks super cool in this image. Can you imagine just walking around as Lady Galactus, maybe with a Zarya bubble or a Lady Galactus bubble at that point? Seems super cool, super interesting, and I'm super excited. Now, I know I just went on my, this game's super exciting, kind of end a video thing, and then I did this, but this game does really look super cool, and I'm really excited to get my hands on it and to, maybe get into the closed alpha, hopefully get into an open beta at some point, and then play from open beta going forward. We will be playing it on stream as soon as we can. There will be videos on this channel as soon as we can. Any more information I can get on the game besides just this trailer, I will be putting videos out on this channel for, because I'm so interested in the game and I just want to see gameplay. I will not be doing anything that's not official, so just know that in advance. But I want to see gameplay. It's super cool. It seems super cool. I want to see other maps that we get to play on, things like that. If you guys are interested, I want to remind you one more time, you can go sign up to try to play into the closed alpha. I don't know how many people are going to get into the closed alpha. I don't even know if I'm going to get to play in the closed alpha. There seems to be no real, yes, you get to do this. Side note, just looked at Magneto, and it seems like he can make a sword appear and throw it. So that's cool. But if you want to try to get in the closed alpha, you should definitely go sign up. Reminder, it is only on PC as of right now, but who knows? Most games eventually end up getting console ports. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day.